My name is Jake Collins. I work at Las Vegas Metro in the advanced training section. So literally the way I describe it is kind of like a professor at a college or the college dean. So I've been a police officer at Metro for a little over 17 years. Before that, I was a paramedic here in town for 7 years because I wanted to do a little bit more than just react. It was actually my very first trainee on the department. His name was Larry. I thought I was pretty good at what I was doing until he put me on the spot. And I realized that I was a little overbearing. So I saw that once I backed off and I let him learn, that he excelled. And it was my moment, propelling moment in my career where I realized I want to be an instructor on the department for the rest of my career. So my injury, so break it down, it was Black Friday. I actually headed out to the sand dunes in Dumont with my son and some family members. My wife stayed in town with my other son, and we were just gonna go for the day and come home. There was no more seats, so I'm like, hey, you know what, I'll just follow my dirt bike. The sand rails took off in front of me, and I was the last one just riding back to camp. It's really the last thing I remember. I just remember following my son and friends in the sand rail, and that was it. The sand rail was riding, we're doing whatever they're doing, and they jumped a razorback, like a peak of a sand dune, and landed straight on top of me, and then took off and drug me under the sand rail to the point where their front axle broke. Then I woke up in trauma center, and Daryl was right there, and he kind of told me what happened. They told me they didn't think I'd live, and then they said I'd never walk again. Behind the Blue, it was for people like me, the officers that go through traumatic incidents. We need that a little bit of extra care. It's become kind of like the lifeline behind the scenes for people that are in need. There's so much, not just accidents like myself. There's on-duty accidents, but there's also traumatic incidents that happen to people out on the streets that need that support. But Behind the Blue put together a parade for me. It's amazing. It was a good 20 or so minute parade around the rehab facility I was in. Everybody from every entity. That was the first sign of hope that I was actually going to get out. They created a t-shirt for me, and they sold the t-shirts, so they had a great fundraiser. They also set up food trains. I don't believe my family had to buy food or cook for almost 2 months. It was amazing, and that's a huge need because I have 2 kids at home, and my wife still worked full-time, and they needed the help. Nobody asked for help because we're the ones that people call for help. It's nice that there's somebody out there proactively seeing that and putting themselves out there to help before there's a need to even ask. There's always something going on that Behind the Blue is doing for somebody else in need.